Hi guys!
What's up, what's up?
Welcome to another episode. This is episode 2 of season 3 of OffAir with Gbemi and Toolz.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, by the way, for the views on episode 1. I was blown away. Like, I don't know about you,
yes,
but I was blown away.
I was very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous about the whole Twitter thing, but it worked out very well. So shout out to you. Thank you guys.
Now, there are a few people that weren't happy with one or two things that we said during the first episode.
Really? So
we do take your comments seriously. If you have any further comments, you can send an email to hat@offairshow.com. That is H as in hug, A as in A, T as in transformer.
And I was like, what email is that? Oh, wow.
Hug it, transformer.
Well, I didn't see any strong. I mean, one or two, but yeah, it'll be all right. What, the ones that said that, something about money or something? Is it that one?
There's always like one or two people that are like unhappy. Some people are like, I'm not a fool because I don't want to take the vaccination.
Oh, not that one. I saw one, I think it was on YouTube, where the guy was like, typical Nigerian behavior, all about money. I think you need to chill out, bro. Okay? You need some humor in your life.
Get a cocktail.
I know.
From
Barnomadic. Shout out.
Cheers.
Anyway.
All right, let's get into it.
So over the weekend or the past few days, there was this clip from Chimamanda that was circulating talking about feminism and wickedness. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. Yeah,
it went viral actually. It went viral, trending on like social media. So what do you think of it first?
Basically, she was just saying that you should not use feminism as an excuse to be mean or be wicked to men. There's a difference between feminism and being a misandrist, basically. And so people just mix up the two. And I guess that's why feminists get a bad rap in the first place. So yeah, I mean, be a decent human being and don't just hate all men. Now, is it easy to do that? No, because if you think about all the things that women go through every day at the hands of men and your own experiences as a woman, however, you have to rise above that, be a decent human being, and not use feminism as an excuse to be wicked to men. Simple.
Yeah. I think that it's very, very important to remember that not every single man is bad. A whole bunch of them ain't shit, but not every single man is bad. And I think, are you one of those ones that's bad?
No, I was putting my hands up because I thought you were going to say a whole bunch of them are good.
No, a whole bunch of them, but let's be honest. Not every single man is horrible. Not every single man is good. Now, I consider myself a feminist. I don't like the term angry feminist, and I don't like certain characters that play to that. So I don't hate men. I like men. I do. Anyways, so I don't hate every single man. And I think it's very, very important to remember that the core, when you're talking about feminism, the core meaning of feminism is basically wanting equal rights for men and women. All right, so not wanting women to be like way up here and men to be down there, so that if you're a feminist, if you believe that, if you're a man or a woman, then I do believe you're like a feminist. So if that is your core belief, then you really cannot hate men, right?
I mean, some people, look, you have to be very careful. Every movement has its extremists, and this is why you need to just be careful. Just because a woman is asserting herself and, she's not going to stand for rubbish doesn't mean that she's angry. Yes. Or doesn't mean that, she look at them, feminists. It's so funny how...
I don't think a feminist is, for me, in my book, it is not and it should not be a bad word.
Thank you.
Men being feminists, it should not be a bad thing.
You know what's so funny? Especially in Nigeria, especially on social media, there's this term of all these Twitter feminists, doing this, Twitter feminists doing that. Well, it was Twitter feminists that were helping people during those protests, okay? And then silly conversations and stupid arguments about soup and cooking and rubbish. They'll be like, it's fair. Feminists will not see this one. You know what? You're making noise about this, how about you put together some sort of movement and do something good? Let's see.
I do believe that when you think about the guys that are very, very, very much opposed to feminism and really don't like feminists, I feel that they're threatened.
Of course they're threatened.
They feel like, I don't know why. Why are you threatened by, a strong woman that is not going to, just accept any anything. And I don't like the fact that a lot of people always compare, feminists to female feminists to, women that are like battle axes that are always fighting and,
Oh, and they always say, that's why you're going to be single and then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be old and alone. Is that so bad? Apparently, there's research that says that some of the happiest people in the world are women who are not partnered and have no children. Mm-hmm. So, threaten me with a good time. I mean, come on. I'm just saying, it is what it is. I mean, so the whole, you're going to be alone. No, really.
But on the flip side, they would sort of say like, oh, you guys are talking about feminism, but both of you are married, both of you have children, and
So I can be married, have children, and still be a feminist. I think people who say these things are not educated and they're too lazy or too silly to really go take the time out to go study the movement and see what it's all about. Now,
these are the same. Sorry to cut you off. These are the same people that will, beat you over the head with that Bible verse. Women are supposed to be submissive to men, but they don't read the full thing. They just read like
only that one line. But let's even leave religion out of it. I just think people just and then those guys that be like, oh, and can you educate me? No, educate yourself. How about everybody has access to the internet nowadays? It's cheap. Go there. Take 5 to 15 minutes and read about it.
If it's to enter Pornhub now, you know your way around. Anyways. Anyhow.
Wow. Okay, moving on.
Baby on the alcohol.
This one is happy. Okay, speaking of feminism, what do you also think about the whole thing that Miri Njoku said? She said something about marriage and bills. What do you think?
Okay, this is an unpopular opinion. I don't think you can be a true feminist if you still believe that the man should pay all the bills. I think that when it comes to the household, it should be proportional to who earns the most. So there's certain bills, like there's certain big bills that whoever I guess earns the most, I believe should take care of, and who earns the least, they should take care of the smaller bills. But I don't agree with the woman like not paying for anything. I just don't think I'm just like, I like having my money. I like having my own money, and I don't like somebody paying for everything. I don't like the idea of having to, I need to do my hair, having to go to my husband and say, I want money for hair. I just never really
totally understand that. Yeah. I mean, some women, I remember going to dinner with some friends a couple of years ago.
That's the start of disrespect too.
Wait now. I remember some women, a couple of years ago, I went to dinner with some women and the whole topic came up of paying bills, and I wasn't even married at that time. It was two married women and three single women. And the two married women were like, nope, they would never like add money or even go near like rent money if they had to pay rent, that he needs to come up with it too. He will look for it. I was like, okay, but what if he doesn't have it at that point? And he's like, come, help out. They were like, nope, they won't do it too. And I didn't want to argue. I just kept quiet that day. But I was just like, come on. Like, I feel, look, if both of you are earning something, I think that you both need to have a conversation about what your bill paying is going to be like, what proportion, and what happens when one person doesn't have it, especially when it comes to the guy. That conversation definitely needs to happen. And I understand what people are saying, because Freeze came to counter her to say, what did he say again?
He said it's patriarchal, that what she's saying is not more than like what she's aiming for. Like, oh, you're aiming to be a modern woman and saying that, oh, let him pay bills. But do you want someone to pay bills and own you, essentially? Or do you want to do your thing?
However, now when it comes to this whole situation of paying bills, I will say this. I feel like somebody tweeted this one day and I laughed and laughed. They said the average Nigerian man's wet dream is to be splitting bills 50-50 with his woman, at the same time not contributing anything to domestic work or helping her in any way, shape or form. So yeah, she's adding to the bill, she's doing 50-50, but then again she's also doing not domestic work while you're sitting down there doing nothing.
No.
So
we cannot defend average Nigerian men.
Is that what you believe?
No, what do you mean? No, that somebody said doesn't mean this is gospel. Somebody said.
I don't believe it. Do you believe it? I'm not the average Nigerian man.
So none of you.
So what do you
average
believe
Nigerian man, by the way.
So what do you believe? Do you believe the guy should pay like all the bills?
The guy should pay more, like,
and then he shouldn't be responsible for anything.
Is it like regardless of who earns more? What if she earns more?
Doesn't matter.
So the guy should pay more.
So accent guy. Let's go back to.
As a responsible man, you should still always pay.
Wait, accent guy. Let's go back to you dating Oprah. Like we said last week, you're dating Oprah. You know, she has her how many? Let's just say.
You still try to pay something.
So you would pay for like rent in this crazy house.
Oprah is different because I'll just move into the house. So Oprah is different. Oprah is different. I'll just move into the house.
But what about bills? Are you gonna say let me get the electricity bill?
Oprah pays bills.
She does still.
What are you talking about?
She has paid for life.
She has paid for life.
So you're not
bills are bills to Oprah
again. Okay, you know what? Let's bring it.
She wants to buy a new car or something.
Let's bring it home. You end up with one of the Olateru-Olagbegi girls. So what then happens? Let's be more realistic now. Let's stop joking around. So obviously,
copy.
Is that realistic?
That's more realistic than you getting with Oprah.
True.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
So really, what happens then?
Well,
maybe let's assume that every month she gets an allowance of I don't know how much, 20M in her account. Boom. And then you're not earning 20M a month. So how do you do the bills?
I still think you pay.
You should still pay more. You know that kind of girl will not live. That kind of girl will not live in Lucky Phase 1, no. She will live in Banana or Eco Atlantic.
Wait. And it's not a Jen comes on after 7 p.m.
Hello.
Jen is on 24/7.
Lights bill in Banana is like 200k once lights.
So you will still handle everything?
Not everything, but I think you still handle.
Or would you try to like go 50-50?
50-50. I wouldn't go 50-50. I would try and do a little bit more.
Why do you think you?
Let's be realistic here. Is it for okay? So why?
Because she's earning. I'm not going to be broke now. I don't understand.
I know, but she's making more money than you.
Doesn't matter.
But I don't show responsibility on her.
Yeah.
No, nobody's saying you show the responsibility, but what she said was that the person who is earning more will take up more, like the percent that's in the higher percentage of the bills. Yeah. So you don't agree because you're the man and you feel.
No, not because I'm the man.
Okay.
Because this is not about that.
Okay.
As someone with the sense of responsibility, I can't just let someone be. I can't be freeloading.
Okay.
No. She's not saying that you don't pay anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, would you let her pay more?
I don't like. I like you. I don't want you to stress. So it doesn't matter if you're any more than me. I will just. I will look for the way, and if I cannot borrow from you and pay. Oh yeah.
So guys, so did you see this clip of this guy that apparently slept with his mother-in-law, got her pregnant?
Sick.
Like I was, what the?
And he was like, oh, I went out drinking and then I was drunk. I always say this, that drunkenness should not be an excuse. It should not be an excuse. Come on, that's your mother-in-law.
Can I say something? I truly believe that all the people that kind of say, I was drunk, blah, 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 you already... See, there's nobody that I got with after I'd had a few drinks that I wasn't checking for before I started drinking. Mm-hmm. That's me. I don't know about you guys, but I feel that there's a bit of something there. So for him saying that, oh, she was a bit familiar, that means you had already thought about it before you were drinking. I hate people that use alcohol as an excuse.
But what if she had thought about it as well?
Yeah, but she's also sick. She's also sick.
He's on the call.
They're both sick.
They're both sick.
Both of them are very, very sick. The mother-in-law, she's trash.
A disgrace.
He is trash. They need to go live in a dumpster together. That's what they really should do. Horrible people. Nasty.
Now there are children involved in this situation. Innocent children. I almost thought maybe this thing is fiction, man. But you know what? If you did something like that and you didn't use protection, that's why you need to pop those more than after pills like Smarties. Apparently, the woman said that the guy said that once the woman found out that it was a boy, that she decided to keep it because her husband, that's the father-in-law, kind of resented her for never having a boy. So she was like, and he said he begged her to take it out, but she was like, no, you won't understand. So this is
all of them are mad people.
So what should he was not asking, is anybody in this situation? No, nobody's in this situation. Oh, what should I do?
You and about 4 or 5 people in this whole world.
What would you advise him to do?
I don't know. If that was one of my... First of all, I don't think I'd have any friends that would do anything so stupid. But... Okay, so if he doesn't say anything, it might still come out one day. If he does say something, that is going to wreck the whole family.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Family's wrecked already.
He's already wrecked.
So I think he should tell his wife. It's family's wrecked. You can't tell your father-in-law. Tell your wife.
Meanwhile...
Talkie. They say you didn't say, should I talk it? Talkie.
Should I talk it?
Talkie.
Should I talk it?
Talkie.
So, somebody told me, this was many, many years ago.
Super with the new.
Yeah, somebody told me this many, many years ago. And apparently, they knew this girl. They got with like one of their friends. And she's, you know, she's popular amongst the gentlemen. So they knew this girl that got with so he knew this girl that got with one of his friends, and he traveled, I think, to, was it Portugal or something a few months after, and he saw that same girl with the friend's dad.
How?
Bologbo. And he was like, and he said hi to her, and she was just like, hi, and he was just like, wow,
I mean,
what a madness. So I imagine, I guess this probably happens more often than we know.
It does. It definitely does. I mean, from the days of remember Hints magazine, you used to read all these stories, things like that will happen. So yes, fiction at the same time, things always happen.
And then people.
You guys are reading porn.
I just said Hint. I don't know what Hint is.
Okay.
You don't know what Hints magazine was?
No, I don't know. That wasn't.
Hints magazine.
And then isn't it?
It was not porn.
Wait,
It was porn.
It was not porn.
One person already said
Now, if you want to know the ones that were actual porn, were Naxin and Co. Remember that? You don't know that?
The only thing I did, I read Mills and Boone.
Yeah, so the stories in Hints were more like Mills and Black M&B. Yeah, they're more like M&B. Oh, he put a mouth to her nipple and she sucked in her breast. And you know when you and it's like, what kind of rubbish is that?
And he touched her heaving bosom. You know what? Maybe that's why. Because I used to read that. Like I started reading at a young age. Obviously, I wasn't reading Mills and Boone. I was reading like Famous Five. And then, you know, I got hooked on Mills and Boons because my sisters were reading it. And I think that kind of shaped my... I didn't buy them. I never bought it. But I think
almost every babe that went to secondary school around a certain time in Nigeria definitely read at least one M&B. And it was and people used to exchange.
Yeah, they used to.
Borrow me.
They used to. Yeah. And I think that kind of shaped my, you know, my thoughts around like romance and sex and everything.
But that thing is misleading and stupid.
Very, very misleading. Mills and Boone will have you think that, you know, your first time you just be like,
and there'll be an orchestra there,
and then both of you will be crying and shuddering like afterwards.
There's something wrong with you. You know that? There's something.
And then he will brush the hair away from your face.
Can you please? Let's place your focus.
Not knowing that.
Place your focus. Now let's go back to
5 seconds. Everything done. Is it 5 seconds or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Okay. Yeah.
Longer.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You know, one day we should talk about like our first time.
No. Okay. Moving on. Not that there was anything wrong with it or whatever. It was great.
Mills and Boone ruined it for me.
No, it was. See, I don't want to talk about it. Now,
you still talk to the guy?
No.
There's a reason why.
Why?
No.
So why do you want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about it on camera. Why don't we talk about it on camera?
We are off air.
No.
Why? Oh my gosh, she cried. Did you cry?
I did not cry. I did not cry. It was. Please, can you just?
She cried.
I am not going to talk about anything here. No. No.
Was it in the car?
No.
Double bunk bed.
Was it in the BQ?
No. I'm not asking any more questions.
Who said bunk bed was in the bunk bed?
It wasn't in the bunk bed. It wasn't. But anyway, moving on.
Meanwhile, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was talking about how, like, when he goes out and about in Lagos, he's gay. He said that he would.
Okay, never mind.
I'm not mentioning names.
Never mind.
So he said that sometimes he's out and about, like with his crew and everything, and somebody will come over and say hi. Somebody that they all know is gay, and then the next thing he'll be like, "Oh, and meet my wife."
Oh, that happens all the time.
Like it's crazy. Like I know somebody that we all thought that he was gay. Mm-hmm. Then the next thing he got engaged. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing he got married.
Again, you say you know somebody. There's plenty of these people.
Oh, why? And there was this thread. This thread basically saying some women said that it's misogynistic for a gay man to put a straight woman in that position where this is like where the woman does not know that he's gay. Sometimes there are agreements where she knows that she's gay and he's gay, and they just come together, which I feel like if both of you know, that is absolutely fine. So some people reckon that it's misogynistic for a man to put a gay man to put a straight woman in that position.
Unknowing, like she doesn't know it's happening.
Unknowingly. And then some gay guys felt that it is homophobic for a woman to not want to be in that position.
They're mad.
Because they feel that gay guys in Nigeria should be protected, or gay people should be protected.
So why am I Captain Save-A-Ho? Like, why?
It's ridiculous.
Why? No. I'm not saying that gay men are hoes or anything. I'm just saying, like, why do I have to? It's a term, but I'm just saying, why do I have to be the one to be your savior? It's unfortunate that the world is that way, but you don't have to put that woman in that position. If you guys decide that she's going to be your beard, meaning that she's going to be your protection and cover your behind, no pun intended, then that's fine. But to put a poor lady like she doesn't know.
Yeah.
But then again, we all know those situations where everybody knows this guy is, how you doing? And how is it that how is it that you might is this babe going to say that she's not even suspect because it's so obvious in some cases?
Sometimes what happens is these guys end up targeting very, very, very naive women. So very naive, very sheltered. So they just know that, oh, this guy likes me a lot. This guy, he doesn't, he doesn't want to do anything because he believes believes that we should get married first. I'm not saying every guy says that is gay.
I know more than one situation, right, where this person got married, pictures all over Facebook and everything, and all of a sudden I didn't hear anything anymore, and I just wait now, and then wait, this was years ago, and then come to find out the guy was actually he was actually gay. Like, he didn't touch her while they were courting or whatever. Even when they got married, many times she tried and he refused, and eventually the marriage broke up. That's one. Another one, in fact, this one I asked her because she was saying something about being single on Twitter, and I was like, but babe,
you just got married.
You got married. I'm sorry, but I remember you got married. In fact, after saying it, I kind of felt bad, like, what's your business? And then she was like, girl, he was gay. Like, he refused to consummate the marriage. And so she has moved on. She's happy. She's even gotten married to somebody else and everything. So I feel like it is really, really like a special place in hell for you, especially if you know of your sexual orientation. Not that you're confused, but I
feel they know. Also, last week we were talking about passes and everything. I've got mine. I'll tell you in a second. So let's just say you mentioned Drake. Let's just say, you got the opportunity, you're single and everything, you got the opportunity to hook up with Drake, and then you find out he's bisexual.
After we hooked up or before?
No, you're just, like, this is like this is like you guys are dating and stuff.
No, see, everything getting limits. That's my preference. And I don't feel like I should have to apologize to anybody because I don't want to be with somebody who has been with, other men. It's just simple as.
I agree with you. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. And I don't think it's something that, I don't think it's something that I should be shamed for. Just like a lot of people now, they feel that if a woman is, transgender, she doesn't need to reveal to a straight guy that she's transgendered.
Or the other way.
Yeah.
Or the other way.
Which I feel that's unfair. Because you need to, I think
let
you need
people
to
know what they're getting into from the very
you need
beginning.
To be clear.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can, now shame the person because they're like, I don't want to, take this any further. So I don't think that's right. No, there've been all these conversations back and forth on social media. No, you don't need to do this. And then what happens sometimes is you have this situation. Who was it? Was it not Bobby Valentino that ended up in this situation with a transgender woman? And I imagine he didn't know. I'm not sure. He didn't know. And then the next thing he got, sort of shamed for that, and I feel it's unfair. I feel it's very unfair. But really and truly, the pressure that is on women in this country is so great that
don't come and add that one on top again.
No, but if you were actually open, if you're basically gonna say, look, I'm gay, but I'd still want to get married to you. I'm gay or bi. I want to get married to you and everything. I'll, you know, some women, all they need is somebody to say, I'll look after you and everything. There will be some women that will actually quite happily go into that situation. Yeah. So I think it's very important to let them know. There's some, you know, gay women that probably they're worried about their families and everything. Unfortunately, we don't live in a society where, you know, anybody like people can be free and whatever. So just, you know, have like an agreement. There's some people out there. I just don't think it's fair to lock somebody in that situation. They're going into it thinking it's something and it's actually something else. Yeah. You know, and this person is entering, you know, wide-eyed and everything, thinking, oh my gosh, this is love. And then it's not that, so that's not fair. Yeah. So I found this crazy story on, is it Zikoko? Zikoko. Yeah. So this was actually mad. They were talking about waxing. I know we've had this conversation a few times where you are basically anti-waxing. Why?
It's painful. And see, look, life is already hard.
You had a baby. Is it still painful?
I'm not trying waxing. It's okay. The creams are alright for me. Alright, shaving stick is okay. The creams are okay. But you see, waxing, never in this life again.
You know why waxing is good?
Because the hair will not grow up. You know what? I'll go and do. It thins the hair. How about I just do laser? Okay. I started it up.
I can't do laser. I react badly to
laser. I started it back in the day, but I just didn't complete my sessions. Yeah. But for like a year, like the hair on my body was thin. It was very thin and very light or whatever. But honestly, I can't do that. See, I tried it like twice. The first time, I went to this spa in VI, and then you know I was like, okay, I want to do this thing. When they lifted that, first of all, the wax, I was just like, it's supposed to be this hot. The next thing,
it's supposed to be hot. It's supposed to be
I told them, I said, okay, take everything off. I just want everything off. I want to feel like a baby, just smooth. They're like, okay, great. See the way when they lifted that strip, I screamed. I nearly fell off the table. I was like, yeah. The guy was like, please, this is a spa. You can't make this. I was like, it's paining me. My body was shaking. They were like, okay, sorry. They now brought what's it called, baby powder. Oh, okay, sorry. And they were patting it. I'm over here like shaking. She was like, let's just finish. Look how nice this. Let's just finish. I was like, she now wanted to get inside, you know, by the lips. I was like, nah, bro. And apparently, you guys are apparently there's the point where you go on all fours and then you hold your butt cheeks apart. God forbid. Never in this life again will I ever do such a thing. Rubbish, nonsense.
But honestly, the first time is quite painful. But by the time once you do it a few times, it actually, you know, you kind of get used to it.
I'm even sweating. No.
Really?
No.
The only thing I didn't like about getting waxed was like having
conversations.
And she's talking to me, and I'm just like, can you know? I don't really.
Have you never gone to a gynecologist who's trying to have a conversation while they're in there looking in your vagina?
No, I don't like that. I'm just like, just do it.
And they're just having casual conversation. How's everything? Oh, so how is it work? And you're over here patting my lips. Why?
Oh my God. Why? So graphic.
No, but you know, they have to get in there. It's like whoop whoop, and then you know, so I'm just like no. So yeah.
I was gonna say something,
but that's how they part. But they part your. Okay. Yeah. See, you guys, in case you have never been waxed before, let me explain to you now. A woman's
I will use. So this is
like you have to put like, because you know there's
guys like
you have to blur this over.
Wait, why do you want
to this information important?
Why is it important?
Because a lot of women haven't gotten waxed. And also number two, a lot of guys don't know how it works. So they have to kind of like
how it works.
Oh my gosh! Okay, you know what? Let's do this. All right, so they're different kinds of waxes, like down there. So you have the bikini wax, which they kind of leave most of the hair and they just take, you know, like the one,
like the triangle.
They just neaten it up a little bit. Then I think you have the landing strip, which they just leave like a strip.
Like a strip.
Then you have the full Brazil, a landing strip. So
no, this is OffAir. What to talk about?
We know this stuff.
Wait, no,
you know
So there's so what?
Thank you, Daya, for letting us. Thank you, Daya, for letting us know that you've seen lots of vaginas.
Yes,
thank you so much for letting us know that you're into women who groom themselves.
Then there's the Brazilian, which is what she's talking about. Brazilian is where they take everything off,
and then you go on all fours and part your butt cheeks.
You don't. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Look, let's
talk about. So let me read this. I saw this one And I was just like, what? So this is from Zakoko. And this lady goes, I never had a wax until last year because I was always scared of getting wet while being waxed. Ew. My friends kept telling me that I was being overdramatic, but I knew my body. While she was applying the wax, I could feel the towel under me get wet. She ripped the wax and I came.
I 50 Shades of Grey.
I screamed and the towel got even wetter. The woman waxing me just cleaned me up, changed the towel and continued waxing. I was so ashamed of myself.
Is that your experience?
I have never.
Oh my God.
Has that happened to you?
Well, yeah.
Why are you getting up, TK?
Don't get up.
Why are you getting up?
We need to look at her.
So you enjoyed it? So you like
I was very surprised.
So you're into BDSM?
I don't know.
So pain turns you on.
She's under pressure.
So how can hot wax make you wet?
No, first of all, I was just surprised. It was just one of, and it's funny because like at the time it happened, it wasn't like that was my first wax. Like that was not the case.
So
I was just surprised.
What excited you about that wax?
I don't know. Maybe it was just like the pressure. Because you know when they lift up, they poop. I don't know, man. But like,
you need to check that out.
Yeah. So, and also I think I was ovulating at the time, but that's even apart from it. Like the thing is, the wax lady just like she just kept it moving. I feel like they see that every day.
I feel like these ladies, or gentlemen, they've seen a lot. I'm still looking at you like this. You get me?
Now only choking. Look at them.
I didn't even know.
You didn't know you checked BDSM.
No. That's different. I was telling you gentle. I don't get excited by waxing.
Don't choke me. Don't inflict pain.
How are you gonna know if you haven't tried it?
This one is actually strangling.
See, it's like
they're not supposed to strangle you.
You don't end up on this blog, man.
No. See, please just see that choking thing.
It's a gentle.
They're just supposed to.
No.
Relax. Okay, I showed you last time. So see, this is what it. Just turn like this. So it's just a little.
Why is your hand here? Like no. I have plenty of body to touch.
No.
Leave. Don't touch my throat. Like
when your airflow is restricted.
No.
Okay.
No.
You think you should do people more?
There's nothing.
I think I love it. He's probably like in the middle of it. He choke.
Alright, we're done.
Bro, no. But see, waxing is not for me, and I just don't inflict pain. Anything that will cause pain. No.
It's not that bad.
Yes, I've had a baby. But
it's not that bad. The one thing that I probably won't try to do is laser. So I tried laser on my armpit and I react badly.
You have sensitive skin.
My armpit was swollen. I was walking like this.
Back.
Like Burna Boy.
I was waiting for
Brianna is gonna give you a call.
Why?
It's all.
Brianna is gonna give you a call.
We've known Brianna since he was yay high.
I know.
Yay high. So he knows, man. I'm like his big sister. It's so good. All right. Oh, and last week.
Big sister.
Yes.
I could tell some stories, girl. Remember that one time at that house party that he blocked your car? Remember that?
energy.
What happened?
He wasn't trying to let you leave.
I don't remember that.
Ha!
I don't remember a lot of stuff.
That AR house in Lekki Phase 1, and they had one of their parties. She looked at him as a little sister, little brother rather. But he didn't look at her like.
What are you saying, though?
I don't remember a lot of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways, so I thought about what you said. We're talking about this whole past, and I literally actually thought about it a lot. So the problem is, like, there was nobody that really just came to mind. But if I was given this golden ticket, this golden hall pass, maybe Drake.
Okay.
Or
Young
maybe
M.A.?
it's not a man.
Eh?
Maybe it's a woman.
Young M.A. When you mention Young M.A., Toolz like, I don't know for you.
I don't know. There's something about Young M.A. that I find intriguing.
You need to investigate Toolz.
You need to investigate your waxing. No, I feel that there are a lot of women that.
But you know she's not far off. We should get her to call you and say hi.
What? Stick it in your pants.
Wow.
I just find it intriguing.
On that note,
I'm married to a man. I got 2 boys.
As you found out, that doesn't mean anything.
You guys need to stop giving me alcohol, man.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know what you like about the episode.
Yes.
If you want us to talk about something, feel free to shoot us a DM, whether it's on Instagram or whether it's on Twitter. Just let us know. Send us an email. What's our email?
HAT.
No.
Hey, Jay. Our email is here.
Yes.
And have a fantastic week. And remember, each
No.
Are we gonna speak about the fourth time soon?
Hell the fuck no.
Not first time?
No.
Why?
Okay.